Welcome back on the tutorial video for the book number 2, Defining a Testing Automation Strategy for Appeal with Codeception and WordPress. This is Bruno Flamen speaking. The book is still available on the Amazon. So we're going to browse through the chapter 3, which is the expert level. It's a little bit pompous, but anyway. And what we are going to do is to use the WordPress Codeception distribution with Docker. So basically, I'm not gonna do during this tutorial all the installation. What I can tell is that I have installed on a Docker machine the same WordPress, but it's now inside a Docker. As you can see, there's no more everything has been installed, but it's just a fresh install with just few elements, the basic element. And if I go, I'm in the distribution. Oops, sorry. I can see that I have a make file. So for instance, this make file that is available, if I make ps, it will show me the Docker compose ps. It will show me all the entrants that I have, that are the CLI, the Codecep, the DB, the PHP-MyAdmin, and the WordPress. Okay. What else to say? I'm using a proxy to handle this on a custom URL. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter inside the distribution of WordPress that is physically inside here. You see, where I have already installed my test, etc. And then I can, for instance, I can use the CLI thing, which is, for instance, you can manage the content. As you can see from here, there's just the hello word. I'm gonna, for instance, create a fake news from a directory which is inside fake content. So I should see it normally if I refresh. You see? A fake one. Or I can create, for instance, if I go back, I can create a generate. If I need more post, it would generate 100 and post directly. So I don't have to repeatedly create. This is pretty useful. So I go back here and say, okay. As you can see, I have hundreds of posts that have been created. And I can see it here, post 12, and so on and so on. Okay? So that's one of the benefits of if I want, I can exit. Okay, I'm back on my local machine. Okay, and then I can run the test. So here, I would do that here. I can run the tests that are here, for instance. Okay, so I will go there and say, okay. So he's testing, right? Actually, he's testing currently the WordPress that is inside this. For instance, if I decide to create, which is the second one, if I decide to create a post, oops, sorry, it will create a post, okay? And I can see it here, that a post has been created on the Docker machine. So maybe I've been short in the explanation, but what I want to show is that you can use and leverage on Docker if you want to get rid of MEMP, because MEMP, maybe you get stuck with some distribution. With Docker, it's like virtualization. It's very useful, even though it's a bit complex. I guess it has to be managed maybe more by developers than anyone. But here you have my Docker file where you can use and leverage on it. We have an env environment file. And also you have this make file that enables you to give simple command. For instance, if I want to stop or start or even remove or even do things like that. You know, I've made clear, for instance, that was the equivalent to this. Okay? So basically, that's a very powerful tool, and I can show you that inside this WordPress, this thing has been created. So it's a real stuff. And when you stop, let's say we're gonna stop. So I go back to where I have the make file, and I would say make stop. Okay, and it will stop. And I will say make down, and it will stop everything. And if I go as it was ran, I do not explain properly, but this is explained in the book with the proxy. So for instance, I would type this one because I don't have, I would say docker stop, and it will stop the proxy. And then, as you can see, they do not exist anymore. So we were really on WordPress. But if we say start, and then we go to site, and we say, sorry, we're not going to, I'm clearing my console because I can't see anything. So we would say make start. And then we're back again. Because I prevent you from having the download. And then if I refresh, you see I'm disconnected, but still, this is an issue that I have sometimes. You start to type. There we go. And you're back on the installation. So you can reinstall the stuff. So let's do it. I mean, you reinstall the stuff and you're in the middle of the process that I've already made. You're exactly at the same situation. Let's say test. Let's say admin. Okay, and I'm installed. And then I have admin and admin. And I'm back. Okay? And here, no, it's useless. And here I'm back on the very first. Okay, I'm back on the very first installation that I have. And I can redo the same thing that I've done before. It was make again, complete, and so on and so on. Okay? I think maybe you have still the same, and you can redo the thing. Okay, which is very interesting. So you still have one. We want to create 100. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna exit now. I'm gonna see to site, and I'm gonna relaunch, for instance, this test because I can see right now. You see, I'm in the Codeception. Everything has been configured, and then I can redo the test. For instance, the creation. Here we go. So we still have remade the thing. Yeah, it was not working because I have disabled. This is a good point. Normally in the plugin, I'm using, I don't like so much the last, so I'm deactivating the plugin editor to have something like this, very, very traditional. So that's the reason why I'm deactivating. And normally also I deactivate the coding editor. Okay, so here we go. We relaunch. We're good. See? In here. So normally as an admin, I go and I deactivate, also disable. Yeah, let's think about this one. Okay. And normally, yeah, I'm back on the real. This is a really simple thing. And then, for instance, I can do whatever I want and restart again this creation. So, I mean, it's a very easy way to have your own environment and to create it and to make your own, to make whatever you want. I mean, you're not restricted to any platform. You're not stuck, for instance, with MAMP. It's not turnkey. I must admit that it's pretty difficult, but there's a lot of documentation on Docker. For sure, don't forget to activate Docker right now because it won't work if you stop it. In the book, I explain step by step, and I've taken the time to make screen capture, etc., to explain all the things. Okay, so basically, the video introduction, the tutorial over now. So basically, you can find all the code, and you can find the book too. Again, I would say it's available. Okay, it's pretty cheap. I've got a lot of things that have been written down. Maybe my English needs a little bit of practice, especially in writing. But anyway, I hope you will enjoy the reading. And just to let you know, it's also a part of some other book that have been written. And I will prepare some video because I've made also a test with Codeception JS. So that will be part also of a presentation, a video presentation, but the book is already available. And I have also a book based on a training that I made in Africa, in Zambia. It's a book one. So I call it pompously the Continuous Learning Trilogy because it has been a progressive learning from agile to testing to whatever. To the end where I can be able as a PO to manage my testing strategy and then give back to my team, to the real developers, because I mean, you're nothing as a PO if you don't have a good team and a good developer team around you, and even more, a good marketing, whatever. I mean, I'm just talking that you more as a PO, I see myself as a coordinator. Okay, so I think it's enough now. I've talked too much. And then I will say goodbye and maybe soon for another tutorial. Thank you again, and I hope to see you soon on my video. See you. Bye-bye.